Warning, I, Dan Langs, am going to completely blow your mind during this Minecraft video. So if you enjoy console Minecraft, hit that like button, and subscribe for more block placing awesomeness.
Hey, what is up guys? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to episode 207 of Constructing Los Angeles. How's everybody doing? We are back on the city today and ready to continue to make some progress. So I'm floating right up on top of the theater today, guys, and this is what I'm going to work on. Haven't worked on this building in a long time, so I want to try to get to it today and just see if I can make some progress on it just to make it a little bit better on the interior. So before I started the episode, I did come over here and just make some small changes. Started to fill in some of the ceiling on this part as well as the floor here. I switched out with some dark oak woods. I'm going to be doing that a lot because I think dark oak wood looks better than spruce. So I did a little bit of that, and then I kind of just like closed off that wall and everything like that. And I just wanted to kind of talk about this building for a second because I'm pretty stumped as to what I want to do with it. This is one of the examples of never, whenever you're doing a build, never just focus on the exterior only. Because the interior on this thing, I'm just lost, to kind of be honest. I don't know what to do with it. So we have the outside, which looks okay. You know, we have this like big fancy design in the front. That's just to make it separate from all the other buildings in the city. And then we have a tall part, like a skyscraper part, like everything else in the city. So my original idea, I think, was to have the theater on like the lower level, and then there'd be some sort of elevator connecting up to the top here, where I would have apartments, or maybe not apartments, maybe like office space. But I have another idea that I might do, and I think will be the best strategy, and that would be to have this thing be a theater slash hotel. So the first floor will be the theater, and kind of where you enter, and then there obviously to be the two things on the sides where you can go down the hallways, and then I might have some elevators that go up to the hotel. Just off to the left and the right of the main entrance to the theater. So that's going to be an idea I'm going to try to do. Again, this build is weird. I don't know how I'm going to make sense of this thing on the interior. It's probably not going to make any sense when it's all said and done, but I'm just going to at least try my best. I do notice one thing that I should probably fix. On this side, we have stairs here, and on this side, I never added them. So it's funny how you spot these things like way after you do it. So anyway, I did that, fixed that up, and then let's just kind of get started. I want to start off with just doing something simple, and I want to build some chandeliers in this kind of main part here. So I'm just going to start off simple with that, and then we can go from there. But welcome back to CLD, guys. I do have a question of the day to answer today, so I'll get to that in a little bit. But really, today's video is just going to be focused on me, and it's going to be a grind, trying to figure out what the heck to do with the interior of this theater building. It's going to be a struggle, guys, but we're going to try our best. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the anvil and the fence. I'm going to take this down several blocks to like right there will probably be good. Maybe one up from there. So like that. Place a beacon on this. Actually, nope, not going to do that. I'm going to go like that. And I'm basically just going to do the same design of the chandeliers that I've been doing lately with the glass and the beacon in the middle of it. It's a great design I like a lot, so I'm just going to keep on rolling with it. I might have, this thing might be a little bit too low to the ground here because that's like literally 2 blocks above the ground. So yeah, let's move this up a couple of blocks. Let's move it up 2 blocks so it's 4 blocks off the ground. So right here will be where we'll put it. Just so it's not like, you know, tall people aren't getting bonked on the heads. That wouldn't be good. So let's just do these chandeliers, and I have the beacons like where I'm going to place these things. This part of the building is still going to stay outdoors, or I guess it's like it's kind of outdoors. There's no wall, you know, separating it from the outdoors, and it's supposed to be like that. I thought I would just do something unique with that. I don't know if it's definitely not realistic, but you know, I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So we have like this outdoor space here, which is indoors and outdoors at the same time. It's basically just covered up, but the weather would still affect it, I guess you could say. And then obviously we have the doors over here which go right into the main theater room, which needs work. Boy, oh boy, does that room need work. But right just off the start, that's a good chandelier. And that theater room is a work in progress for sure. Last time I really even used it was for the CLD 200 video, and that was a while ago. So it's definitely something that I need to change up a little bit, because it's I don't really like the blocks that I use a whole lot. And I don't think it's that detailed either, so that's going to take some time to kind of revamp that. So I'll be working on that as well. I am at the point of the series, and I've talked about this a few times in recent episodes. I am at the point in the series where most of the stuff I'm doing is interior work lately, which is, you know, the worst part, to be honest, because it's boring. But you know, I have to get it done so I can, you know, have all the interiors on the buildings done. I can't just have a bunch of hollow buildings. So that's been like something I've been working on lately. I've been kind of going back and forth between 2 or 3 different interiors on these buildings lately. I did get started on the second Alpine Mansion. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. The second Eclipse Tower. I got started on the second Eclipse Tower interior design the other day. So I'm going to be working on that a little bit on and off. Probably not on camera because you guys have seen enough of that. But that's another thing I need to do. So I got a pretty busy schedule in terms of doing building on the worlds, trying to get as much done as I can. Worked on the mini golf a little bit more. I'm going to try to have that done soon. By episode 210, I'll probably have the mini golf done. I want to have that for the recap episode. And that's kind of what I've been up to on the world lately, guys. So it's a grind. It is a grind. Okay, so let's place these blocks here. I love these chandeliers, though. I love building these. I've been adding so many of these lately, but we have 3 of those kind of running down the middle of this, and that's perfect. I like that a lot. So let me get rid of this glowstone here. And we're going to have the chandeliers, which is cool. And I'm probably going to have to add some more lighting in the floor, maybe underneath of the carpets here. That's probably what I'll do. So let me just grab some glowstone and just place underneath the carpets, and we'll do like every 2 blocks, I guess is fine. So I'll just take this all the way through and through, like that, and then I gotta replace the carpets. I wish we had a button on Xbox that lets you pick block. So on PC, if you hit center on your mouse pad or on your mouse, you can pick up the block that you're hovering over. That would be so great to have that for creative on Xbox. Oh, that would be awesome. I don't know what button it would be because pretty much every button is used. Maybe it'd be like a button combination. Like if you're hovering over a block and you press, I don't know, left and right stick at the same time, or left and right trigger at the same time, it would like pick the block and put it in your inventory. That would be something I would love. It would probably be really hard to program into the game, but love that on PC. Anyway, so we have this space here with the chandeliers, which is cool. I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep the red carpet or not. I just don't know. But let me go in here and show you guys this real quick because this thing needs work. And I'm not going to work on it today because it's too much work. It's going to take me hours and hours to figure this thing out. So we have this room here, which is this big room in the middle of the building. And we have the stage with the curtain here, which is great. And this is going to be the backstage space, which is all good. It all just needs to be actually built. But the sand walls, I'm not sold on. I don't know why I did those in the first place. They look kind of bad. Maybe I'll be able to keep them if I add more detail to them. The decks of the sitting areas and stuff like that, I guess the audience is fine. I just need to revamp that a little bit just so it's a little bit better. But you know, it's a work in progress for sure. And then for the ceiling, I'm going to have to do some sort of fancy design with the ceiling because we just can't leave it like that. No. We have to make this ceiling super fancy and creative. I have a few ideas for it. Maybe I'm thinking about taking like one giant chandelier down the middle and having like some sort of like dome shaped around it. Definitely some sort of dome is what we're going to add there. So that's an idea. And then I want to take a trip up to, actually we can go this way. I want to take a trip up to this space here, which is going to be the hotel. And this is the part of the building that gets weird because it doesn't make sense. That's why it gets weird. So here's what I was thinking. Just for the sake of the video, let's say we use brown wool. And I fill in the walls with brown wool, double stack them. So this would go across and right here as well. And then right here. So basically what I was thinking about doing is this would be an elevator right here that I would connect down to some point down here. The elevator would go across and connect to another elevator. So that's the part that I don't like, that I would have to connect to 2 elevators to even access this space, which is making me think that I should just get rid of it. But the problem with that is I really like the way it looks from the outside, so I can't really win. I'm in like a no-win situation right now because it's going to be bad on the interior no matter what, but it looks really good on the outside. So I just don't know what to do. I'm still gonna have to figure it out, but this is a weird project for sure. This is one of those buildings. It's just a weird building that I'm just gonna have to figure out the best way to do it, and that's pretty much it. So what I was gonna do is, yeah, obviously this would be the first floor of the hotel, and there'd be a bunch of different floors. So if we grab some light gray wool. I guess we would do, this would become quartz, and then this would be the first floor here, the ceiling of the first floor of the hotel. And then there'd be a couple of rooms on each side, so maybe 2 rooms on each side. I'll kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking in a second here. So if this would all get filled in, right, and I'm not gonna fill the whole thing in right now. So let's see, I'm gonna use the brown wool still. I'm not really sure why I'm using brown wool. It doesn't really match very well, but basically come up from the elevator, I'll have a room opening right here, and then I'll probably just take a wall across right here and double stack that, so maybe we can do 2 different colors. That could be a cool idea. So this will be 1 room, right? And I could have like the bathroom and then the bed right there, so something like that. And then same thing on this side, so we could have this run across, and then there'd be a bathroom, and then the room entrance, I guess, would be right here. Actually, we'd probably want to put it I'll put it here. So that's something I'm thinking about. So like that, really, basically. So wait, hold on a second, let's take, can I break this? I think this leads to the outside. Yeah, that leads to the outside. No. So place that there, and then this would probably become brown wool. So that would be kind of my idea for 4 small hotel rooms on each side of the building, and then there'd be a hallway in the middle that you connect to your rooms. So right there and right there, and this would go all the way up to the top, and it's basically just a hotel above the theater. I want to add more hotels in the city, but this is at least one of them. I don't really have a whole lot of buildings designated for hotels, so at least adding one here would be cool. So that's just kind of like an idea for the first floor plan. And let me just turn this into brown wool as well. I'm not even sure if this is going to be brown wool. This is really just the first block I thought of on the top of my head. City Texture Pack isn't great for this kind of stuff because there's not a lot of, like, all the blocks have a lot of textures to them, so it's hard to choose a lot of the times for me. I'm picky, so it's a struggle. So something like that, and then the elevator would come up right there, and that's kind of like my idea, right? Pretty simple. And then there would be a second floor where we'd have a wood of some sorts that would run through here, and that's basically how this would work, right? So this part is simple. It's easy to figure this part out. The hard part is trying to connect this to the area below. So if this right here is the elevator shaft, right? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be on this side. It could be over there as well. But another thought I had was adding like a hotel lobby up here. And that's the part that gets weird. Like, why would the hotel lobby be like above this part? I mean, it's not going to be below. It wouldn't have a hotel lobby at all. You would have no idea. So no matter what, guys, it's gonna be weird and unrealistic. So I just have to accept that. All right, so let me splash myself again. So if I were to add the elevator shaft over here instead, so in this space, it would probably actually be better over here. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it is, maybe it won't. It probably will be better over here, actually. I really don't know. I'm not sure yet. But if it was here, and there's no way for me to do this in 20 minutes, so this probably wasn't the best thing to do for today. But I have an elevator right here, which leads up. This elevator is for the theater itself. So there's an elevator shaft that goes up to this part. Actually, this would probably be double stacked, so I'll put some dark oak wood right here. And then this would run across, and you would be able to get into the second level of the audience. So the theater itself, this was how you would enter that if you wanted to get up to the second floor. So this part makes sense. It's just everything is coming together, and it will make sense other than the hotel. So I'm starting to think I'm just going to get rid of it and just get rid of that whole thing up there, or maybe just leave it for show or something like that. I don't know. But let's actually build something. So if this is going to be the backstage over here, I'm thinking I want to take a wall across right here and right here as well, and not there. And this would basically just be the backstage. So I'm probably going to end up replacing all of this with dark oak wood because I like dark oak wood way better. So I'll just start with dark oak wood now, and I can just come back and replace it. This building needs a lot of work, that's for sure. Way too much work for one episode of CLD. So this is really just me kind of laying out my plans for you guys, and you guys can give me some suggestions or something like that. I think I have a decent plan for this thing, but you know, I'm gonna try my best to really revamp this place and make it great. I'm not really sure what I was thinking when I built this thing for the first time. That happens a lot though, when I build something, then I take a break from it, come back later, and I'm like, what was I thinking? It's just weird. It's just a weird build, but that's really my goal with the city, is just to try to make everything as realistic as possible. So that's really the number one thing. So this would be the backstage, right? And there would be a wall coming up through here. And this whole room will get filled in, and then there'll be, you know, all the inner workings of a theater will be back here. We've built in plenty of space for that, which is the one good thing about this. So I'm going to take some cobblestone, and I'll probably just run this across like right here, and this will be the elevator shaft. And I'll probably do the exact same thing on the other side. I'll probably, you know what I might do? I might do this. Well, first off, let's make this dark oak wood. Everything, spruce wood is extinct, guys. It's gone. It's over. So that would be the elevator, and this is just another way to enter this space besides going through the front. So we have two ways to enter in here, which is cool. And then we have plenty more space over here, which I'm trying to figure out what to do with. I have two ideas, and they're both weird. My first idea is opening up this wall here and making like a parking garage in here. My other idea is just to make like a backstage area with like a bunch of storage. And then my third idea, wait, do I even have a third idea? No, I don't even have a third idea. So those are the two ideas. So either maybe like one side would be parking and the other side would be backstage. As far as parking goes for this place, my idea was that you could just simply I would have like a designated floor for here, like a designated level. Just this level is only for theater parking, you know what I mean? And then you could just like kind of walk across the street to the theater. So, oh, you know what I could do actually? I could use this road to my advantage, and then open up a parking garage from this side. That way I don't have to ruin those windows over there. And then this space here, I could kind of run this across all the way down, and then make another room or something like that. Who knows? This is the weirdest build I've ever done. Okay, so how many blocks across is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I gotta keep on splashing myself because this place is huge and dark. So right here is where we're gonna take this across. I'm just gonna try to do as much as, actually no, that's not true, because I have to double stack these walls. I'm just gonna try to do as much as I can today, guys. This build is weird. This build is gonna be something that I'm most likely not gonna do a whole lot of work on camera, because it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, and not a lot of stuff gets done in a short-term manner when you're doing stuff like that. So it's definitely gonna be a grind to get this thing figured out, but I'm gonna try my best. And while I'm doing some of this stuff, since I've kind of been rambling about this build for the last, 17 minutes, I'm going to answer today's question of the day. I probably should have answered it earlier on in the video, but I keep forgetting because I'm like, I'm all focused on the build and stuff like that. But I'm going to work on this hallway for a few minutes here while I'm answering today's question of the day, which comes from JP Phoenix 27. The question today is, if you could split the map of Los Angeles down the middle and you could only keep one side, would you choose the side with the stadium and the Alpine Mansion, or would you choose the side with the skyscrapers and the beach? So this is a really awesome question. When I read this question, I was like, dang, I have to answer this one. This is a phenomenal question. So thank you very much for the question, JP Phoenix 27. So let's go ahead and answer this thing. Let's break down this question. You say that you want me to split the map down vertically because you're talking about the Alpine Mansion and the stadium being on one side. And my answer to you, in terms of which side I would choose, is I would choose the side with the Alpine Mansion and the stadium. So I would choose the left side of the map. In fact, I can take out a map for you guys right now. Let it load in. So let's just say I guess I would have to kind of go outside to answer this question. So real quick, let me fly out here. So let's say the middle of the map, we're going to go to the 0 coordinate on the X. So right around... let's just say for easiness, let's just say this road right here. Everything to the left of this road and everything to the right of this road is what I would keep. So I would be sacrificing everything on that side, including the Eclipse Towers, everything, the whole city district, or the stadium, the Alpine Mansion, and the entire neighborhood. So the reason why I'm choosing this side to keep is because this side is done. I literally, everything to the left of me right now is done. The stadium is done. All of these buildings are finished. The entire Hollywood Hills area, the 3 modern houses are done. The whole neighborhood is furnished. The Alpine Mansion's done. Everything on this side is finished. Meanwhile, over here, everything is a work in progress other than the Eclipse Tower. There is not a whole lot of stuff that is 100% finished on this side of the map, and that's why I would choose that side. It's a great question. It's a tough question because if I was to split down which side I've done more work on over the whole course of the world, it's probably about 50-50 because other than the Alpine Mansion and the stadium, all the stuff on that side didn't take a whole lot of time as opposed to this side, which a lot of this stuff took a ton of time. So I would choose that side because it's all finished, but it would be a tough choice for sure because I'd have to sacrifice the whole Eclipse Tower, which took forever to build. That thing was probably, other than the stadium, I would say that was the biggest project on the world. The Alpine Mansion was a big project, but it didn't take me as long, so that's a tough question. But yeah, I would definitely go with that side, just because it's finished, you know. If this side was completely done and all furnished, I'd probably get rid of that side. It's just about what's done and what isn't. So that's a really hard question. I have to admit, that's a good one. Thank you very much for that question, JP Phoenix. I gotta think about that one a little bit more because that is a loaded question for sure. That is not an easy one to answer. I would have to get rid of the whole beach area. Yeah, I would definitely say that side because there's a whole area at the northeast of this map that hasn't even filled in yet. So I would definitely keep the side with the Alpine Mansion and the stadium for sure. And the Alpine Mansion and the stadium are 2 of my favorite builds ever, as opposed to the Eclipse Tower, which is just one of my favorite builds. So 2 versus 1, I'm taking 2. Plus, pretty much everything is finished on that side, other than like the part that's a little bit west of the stadium, that water area, which I'm not really sure what we're gonna make that yet. But that's a tough question. But I would still, my answer, I'm holding strong. My answer would be the west side, or yeah, I guess the west side of the world. So. Great question. Thank you very much for that. You guys can leave your question of the day submissions in the comment section or send it to me on Twitter. Do whatever you want. I appreciate it. You guys are still giving me some nice questions of the day to go through, although I haven't answered a whole lot of them last few episodes. But that one was good, so it was definitely worth answering. So anyway, getting back to this build here for the last few minutes of today's video. Today's video was really just focused on me trying to just figure out what I'm doing with this place. This place is a struggle for sure. So. Right now I'm leaning towards scrapping the hotel part and just making it just a theater, unless I come up with something better or you guys come up with something better in the meantime. But it's gonna be an interesting little project here to work on. So I'm gonna take this wall across right here, and then this stone will come through. I did replace these windows with blue stained glass, if you guys noticed, just as an extra little thing. And I might even use a different color wallpaper here. That could work as well. But yeah, this building looks it looks weird. But I have to admit, this building looks good in the default. I really do like this building in the default because of all the stained clay that I use. Again, I don't like stained clay as much in the city texture pack as the default. So I looked at this thing in the default a few months ago and it looked really good. So that is, I guess, a silver lining. But I'm going to figure this building out and make it cool. It's going to take some time, but I'm going to do it. But I think that's going to be pretty much it for today, guys. I just wanted to kind of like lay out my plans for this place and just do a little bit of work on it. The problem with this build is that it's just going to take way too much time for one episode, which is why you most likely won't see me do anything else on this thing until it's done. I have a lot more projects to work on as well before I kind of really sit down and work on this thing. I got to finish a few other things. Luckily, the Bedrock Tires Factory and the City Hall are done, so those are just 2 more things off the list. But I'm going to finish the mini golf course first, and then probably the hospital first before I really dive into this building 100% of my time. So the interiors, that's what I've been working on lately. So thanks for watching, everybody. It's been Dan Lags. We added the chandeliers, and we kind of just figured out what we're going to do with this plan. It's going to be a grind. So thanks for watching, everybody. It's been Dan Lags. I'll see you guys on the next episode of CLD, episode 208. Leave a question of the day, comments, or send it to me on Twitter, and I'll go through those and maybe pick one for next episode if I find one that's really cool. So that's it, guys. I still really like this building from the outside. I think it looks really nice from the outside. It's cool and unique. I just got to figure out what to do with the interior. So again, guys, appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.